long time no see. Be watching baseball and flight simming. We haven't got to do for a while. Looking forward to it. And see you in about 5-10 minutes. Enjoy some King Gizzard and the Lizard in the meantime. Hello, hello, everybody, every nobody. How are you doing today? I am back after a long hiatus. And today, I'm taking the day off. I'm watching day baseball and going to enjoy a flight from Cleveland, where the Rays are currently in a rain delay, heading back home to Tampa. And, well, we'll have to just follow Stu's advice as usual. Yeah, looking forward to the flight. Okay, let's get started. So, hey again, this is Nate of Nate Flies. This is my YouTube channel, about to be exclusively YouTube channel, in fact. More on that later, teaser. But yeah, I've been on vacation the past month and change, and finally getting back into the sim. I wanted to do at least a nice round number of Nate Flies an Airbus, so this is the 10 out of 10th series of me learning this lovely Toliss A319 in X-plane, and I feel good and competent with it for VATSIM flights coming up, and also shared flight stuff that I'm really excited about doing with some of my flight sim friends. But yeah, if you've never watched this stream, which you haven't, my name is Nate. This is a little fun getaway thing for me. I started flight simming during the pandemic when I was getting all cooped up, and I really enjoyed it, and somehow got involved with some real life sort of pilots and sim enthusiasts, and started learning how to fly, virtually fly at least, these big jetliners, although this is a little guy, Airbus A319. But I wanted to kind of learn real world procedures and how you actually fly this thing. So these are pretty high fidelity simulations and models that I have here. And I am mainly started recording myself when I was practicing to try and see what I was doing wrong, because there's lots of things that can go wrong and that you can do wrong and that you can miss while you are trying to fly an aircraft, if you can actually believe that. There's a reason why they pay these guys and gals a lot to fly them. So anyway, it's fun stuff, and I'm doing this stream to help me improve, and I like to fly on VATSIM. Not today, just because I'm going to be mainly chilling, watching the baseball game on the side. I wish I could stream it on here. MLB should let us do that. But we are actually currently in a rain delay. As you can see, we are in Cleveland, and we'll pretend we have a little private charter American that's going to take us back to Tampa for the rest of the Rays homestand coming up after this series. And the Rays are playing really well. They're my favorite team. So let's jump into the cockpit, which I haven't been in a long time. So I haven't done anything really yet since we're in the rain delay. I picked a flight that was about 2 hours and 2.5 hours, just because I thought maybe we could sneak the game in to that window. Still never know. We might be able to. But here we are in the inside of a Airbus A319, and I will go through the setup procedures and get us going, and I'll sort of take off sometime. maybe once the game starts, I'll have to see what the delay is going to be. But yeah, I've got a bunch of switches and knobs to deal with. So let's go ahead and start setting up the aircraft and talk about what we're doing today. And of course, the reason I'm flying Cleveland to Tampa is to return with, this can be our baby. The executives have decided to leave Cleveland early to get back to Tampa. And we'll watch the game mid-flight. So, what are we doing today? Well, first of all, we got some weather to deal with. That's why the game is in a rain delay. Nothing bad for us in terms of getting out of here. This is all totally normal weather that any aircraft could get out of. But we'll be taking off and heading down to across the United States, down to Florida, into Tampa, where hopefully we'll have a little bit better weather. But that's the idea for the flight today. We can watch the Rays game on the flight once this weather kind of passes through. So with that said, that is kind of what we're up to today. We are here in Cleveland, Hopkins International, Concourse C, so we can sort of taxi around and take a look at stuff. But today we're taking off, I think, 6 right. We'll do a full briefing in a sec. Taking this Cavs. There's a King Gizzard and a Wizard reference. There's actually 2 on here. So we got Cavs, although that's the Cleveland Cavaliers. We'll be kind of taking off, looping around. This just has like some vectors that you're expected to get, and we'll head over. We got Kyrie Irving. We got, I'm not sure who this is referring to, but LeBron, and then Cavs. Cavs, the drummer for King Gizzard and Lizard Wizard. So, and also, I believe Ape is the is our VOR en route there, and that is Cookie going Ape. So yeah, we listen to a lot of King Gizzard and Lizard Wizard. Maybe not so much on this stream because I'm going to be having the baseball game in my ear. And yeah, and that is our basic plan. So I'm going to start setting up the aircraft. Haven't done this in a while. So let's see if I remember how to do this. Let's get a sense of what the weather is happening. So we've got, we'll have a little bit of wind, headwind. It's raining. There's broken clouds. It's overcast. It's 11 degrees. And I can go ahead and set the QNH right here. And I have some external stuff that I use to do this. So 2979. So yeah, it's rainy, it's heavy out there. 2979. Do I have everything synced still? Yes, I have not been in the sim in a million years, just to mess around. I think the other day I jumped in here. So otherwise, that's our sort of weather situation. And let's go ahead and look at our overhead panel. I already aligned the IRS, which is the inertial reference. Tells the plane where it is in the air. We did all this stuff. So let's go ahead and arm our emergency exit lights. We'll let people smoke for now, but buckle up once you get in there. And let's put on a nav light. And on the overhead, that's all we need to do. We're on external power right now. So let's go ahead and set up our computer down here. I will be using my my external. I have kind of an external one of these, but we can kind of look at the flight plan and figure out what we are doing today. So let me go to the flight plan. I should have all the weight and balance set. Although, let's see, let's check. Fuel 13. So I wish, I mean, here I have fuel 22. This doesn't do it unless, I guess I have to use this thing, but again, what was it? 22.4. Okay, 22 for request refuel. Whoops. I took some extra fuel because if the game doesn't end, I'm just gonna circle around the trop for a while. So let's see. Do I even have the passengers? It was 145. This is one thing I'm not sure in the Toliss why it. So do I load there? It felt heavy, I guess. I see fuel going up, so we will we'll do that. But in any case, let's take a gander down here. Let's go through our instrumentation line, make sure all of our sound is okay. All right, cool. So let's go to our init, and we are going from Kilo. Unplug peripheral. Okay, there we go. So, and then also today we can talk about Flight Sim Weekend in Europe and my new MFG crosswind rudders that are fantastic, and I am very, very happy about. So let's set this bad boy up. We are going from Kilo Charlie Lima Echo, that's Cleveland, to Tampa. Kilo, actually here, kind of. Kilo Tango Papa Alpha. So there's our from to. It drags our stuff from SimBrief, so we can say okay there. Align the IRS. Our flight is American Alpha Alpha Lima, and this is the Rays' current record, 18-11, and they have only dropped one game, I think, to the American League, which is pretty damn good. So stupid we had to start the league with maximum interleague play. Still hate that. Boo to you, MLB. So the cost index today is 5, which is the cost of fuel. So this is typically be pretty low in this day and age, but we'll put our worries behind us. Cruising, we're going up to 380 today. And the temperature up there is probably going to be a minus something or other. Let's go top of climb is minus 50. Here we go. I will go ahead and press wind. We'll take off sooner than later. I don't want to wait too long. We'll get a wind request. Let's go to our init page 2. Our planned zero fuel weight is something like 100, and here we go, estimated 121.9. 121.9, and I loaded us, like I said, with extra fuel, not our fuel, so all good. So our block fuel today is a lot. We are loaded up 22,381. So yeah, we took a bunch of extra time. So okay, cool. Let's go ahead and check out our flight plan, which is mostly in here. All right, we got our GPS primary set. So now we can get more of the flight plan in here. So we will click on Cleveland here. Here is our routing. So for our departure today, we are taking 6 right with the Cavs 5 with the ape transition, and let's go ahead and insert that. Take a look at our primary flight display, and let's go ahead and set that to plan. Zoom in and we can see. So we are going to be a little step through this. We're going to watch our little airplane. And also I might as well pull up the chart So we'll be taxiing somewhere along here. We'll do our taxi briefing in a minute, but let's confirm all of our stuff. So initial climb is up to, we're taking 6 right, climb on heading 058 to intercept course to Nance, and on track 143 to cross KR at or below 6,000, then track. All right, at or below 6,000. So, and what's the next one? That could be above 10. So I can just set this top altitude in the, so over here on our clear shield, I'll set that 14, even though it's just going to be the 6, but we'll get a constraint there, and the VNAV will be fine for that. So, and then we keep climbing after that. But in our flight plan, let's see if that all looks like it makes sense. So, here, Cleveland Loosings right, we got Nance. Then there's our restriction under 600 at Biggs above 10,000. Limit, okay, LeBron above 10, and then Cavs, Ape, and then Fade. Almost out. Spa. You feel. Banff. And let's put in our arrival into Tampa. So go back down here. And for Tampa, we are doing the arrival 19 left or right. Let's check. Okay, 19 left, so we will do the ILS 19 left, taking this Dades 2. Why do they get Dades? It's probably the same one that goes to Dade County, Miami. Dades 2, interesting, no VI is available, which I guess that's fine. And transition Banff. Okay, let's insert temporary. Let's see the rest of the flight plan on through. Oops. Ape Spade Spa full Banff. Oh, and zoom in. And that probably just is vectors out to Bucks. So now we will look back at our arrival information. So Dades, and yeah, so that's going to kick us off if you're landing, as you can see on the chart here, if you're landing 19 left or right at 6,000, 230, and just vectors. And so this is actually good because we'll vector ourselves around if we need to. So we'll keep that flight discontinuity in there. Bucks, Palms, our actual row, Bucks, Palms, and there is the airport, and there is our go around. Missed approach. All right, cool. So we have a flight plan. Awesome. That is all looking good. Next thing is, see how we're doing up here. Probably the APU going in a sec. Let's do a checklist. We haven't flown a plane in a long time. So let's make sure we're doing all the things. Okay, all of our pre-flight stuff I did do okay. Blah, blah, blah. Still setting stuff up. So, alright, things are alright. I'm gonna go ahead and do our takeoff performance. So, Cleveland 06. We could take this Papa here. Yeah, why not? We're a little guy. 7950. So under intersect 2. So do I subtract that from the maximum? Let me see what happens here if I say 7, 9, 5. No, it didn't like that. So let's try something else. So if this runway is 3, 0, 2003, does that do anything for us? Okay, I think that worked. Yeah, perfect. We checked the weather. This is all looking good. Takeoff weight is 144. I don't know for sure yet, but all that. Real fuel weight, takeoff weight. So we'll burn a little bit on the taxi. Works for me. Okay, flex config. Air conditioner is going to be on. Go ahead and compute. So, all right. We'll just make it. Just make it. Why not? So we will go back into our. I'll do the stuff on the flight computer over here. Get rid of it. Come on. Okay, so for our performance, V1, I guess we will take that minimum, force ourselves. 1, 2, 3. VR 140. V2 142. We're barely gonna make it. Flaps 1 plus F, so flaps 1, and our trim 0.4 up. 4. Boom. And the flux temp today is 6. Thrust reduction, acceleration is that everything feels higher here. I don't think it's actually that. I'm just gonna say 1500. And engine acceleration, not. All right, cool. There's our takeoff data. Yoink. Other stuff to do is let's get the APU going. So that's the auxiliary power unit, and we'll take a peek outside. So let's get the beacon on. Start this bad boy up. Let's see our APU indications here, and then if we go back here. Okay. Start. We should see the APU going. And here. The auxiliary power unit back here. Basically a little baby engine to provide pressurized air and electricity and such. As you know, I like looking at backsides. Alright, cool. There's our APU. It is available. So let's go ahead and stick our APU bleed on. Get rid of external power. Get rid of that. I go mech. I go external power. Parking brake is set. I get rid of the chocks. And go ahead and get the fuel pumps on. Sweet. All right, we're almost ready to get the hell out of here. I feel like. Co-pilot, I want you to be on nav, and we'll zoom you out. That's too far. For this first part, we'll go here. I want to be arc and zoomed in. What is it? Yeah, weird. All right, so fuel. Looks like we're fueled up. Everything's looking good here. So I'm gonna go ahead and let's do. I got all of our cockpit prep. I did that. We may need anti-ice for the takeoff. We're okay, but once we get up there, it might be cloudy and cold. So we will do that. Not worrying about this. Okay. Let's go ahead and do the rest. So I want to arm doors and cross check. Okay, all that stuff is away. I can start squawking. Doesn't matter. I think that's all I have to do for them. Lock the door. Oops. Okay. Alright, let's do a checklist, see if I forgot anything. Alright, so windows and doors are closed. APU is on. APU bleed is on. The MCDU is all set. Looks good to me. Oh, we could request ATC clearance, and that would give us the... so if we requested clearance, we'd get something like expecting runway 6 right on the cabs 5 RNAV departure, climb, let's just say they gave us the full climb 14,000 via SID, and yeah, that's really all we care about for our current purposes. We don't have to do the other things. But for our pushback today, we will push back and face sort of to the southwest here. I believe we'll end up just taking, there's a taxiway here, Kilo. And so Kilo, Lima, Papa, because we're taking this Papa intersection and taking off that direction. So all pretty straightforward on that front. Well, let's say that was our ATC clearance and briefing. So external power is off, fuel pumps are on, seatbelt signs are on. I guess turn your cigarettes off. I was gonna say cigarettes off. Cigarettes out. Fuel pumps on, seatbelt signs, thrust levers are idle. Hopefully all my gear works. We'll find out that fuel quantity is checked. Yep. Beacon is on, and okay, we're about ready to start pushing back here. So let's get better pushback going. Pre-plan, and let's push back onto, I'm pretty sure this is Kilo here. We'll do kind of a floppy, lazy push out there.
Plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
And I'm gonna remember the thing. Start push
Toliss driving up.
What they're doing. All right, clearing up. Navigraph, I don't think I really need you anymore. Save me some frames. Yeah, I am happy to be back on the scene. Went to Flight Sim weekend. Spent about, half a month in good old Europe. It was a great time. and got to meet a bunch of the flight sim folks, and that was very fun. And it's been fun lately in the flight sim world. We've been doing some shared flights, and
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed.
and some kind of very
Ready to connect.
interesting ones that are actually. The other day I was just a passenger with like 12 other people in the back, and they have like, I swear to God, I felt like I was in DayZ or something, because it has directional audio and stuff. So people in the back, we had a private jet, but we could like holler up to the captains who were people, people we knew, and so it was super cool. And so yeah, that's all. As always, the big shout out to Black Box 711 for everything he does for the community, and then also all of those Challenger hot start guys and the Pilot Edge dudes. That was really, really cool of them to let us come and have fun with that. Okay, so let's go ahead and I wish this baseball game would start. But at least this gives us some time to think about things. All right, so everything's good up here. Begin, blah, 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 blah. Cool. So, let's go ahead and release the parking brake and set.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Switch to normal. Start our pushback. Go. So, we have temperature, pressure. Okay, engine 2, start. Alright, that's looking like a pretty good engine start. I don't know if I missed a veil or not. I think I want to check, did I have TPS on? Yeah, that's fine. Hear this over here. Ecto. Alright, I missed whether it said a veil. It feels like it's been enough time for that. So let's go ahead and start engine 1. And yes, I do need to recalculate my performance. It's wet out.
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake.
Alright, set the parking brake.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
I'll wait for her to disconnect, then we'll do all of our after start items. Let's have about change this to wet and see what happens. Man, this is so sketchy. Let's tell them we can't do Papa. We want full length. Oops. Alright, disconnect. Alright, everything else is good. Compute. Alright, there we go. So V1 is higher, everything's higher now. So let's go 140, 140, 142. Alright, so everything stays the same, but we got our little more up before. Green dot is 2.
Tow is disconnected and bypass bin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Thank you. Okay, let's check our QNH also here. I haven't checked that in a while. Still, where are you? 2979. Yep, all good. So let's do our after start flows. Let's set this back to normal. Let's go speed brake arms. We said flaps 1 plus F. Slats coming in. Flaps are already out. Set, braking, max. I did the stuff down here, up here. Let's go ahead and get the APU off. Let's go runway turn off, lights on, taxi light on. Bing the cabin. Tell everyone to get their asses in a chair. Okay, looking good up here. Let's do our flight control check. Roll, so full up, neutral, full down, roll, full left, roll right, roll, and ooh, this is the best part, guys. My new MFG crosswind rudders. Watch the smoothness. They are great. I am so happy with them, and I'll talk more about that. So let's do our takeoff config. Everything is looking good here. All right, after start checklist. Parking brake is on. Engine mode selector is norm. APU is off. Auto brakes are at max. Flight controls are all checked. Spoilers are armed. Flaps are set to take off. Pitch trim is not. So we set up 0.4 down. Okay, pitch trim 0.4. Rudder trim 0. Anti-ice, like I said, what is the temperature right now? All right, it's 11 right now. We'll keep an eye on it once we get up into the weather. So, all right, anti-ice, flight instruments are all checked. Everything is good. Flight control, flight instruments. Okay. Yeah, everything's looking sweet here. Good. So I just saw the rain delay at the baseball game is until 2:30. Oh well, that gives us time to concentrate on flying, I suppose. So here we are. Look at that X-plane weather. So as we said, we will be taxiing. This is Kilo, I believe that we are on. So we will taxi Kilo, Lima, and we will be taking it all the way to Lima 1, and we'll hold short, runway 6 right, and get all of our crap together. So otherwise, I'm feeling good. All right, parking brake off. Give us a little thrust. Here we go. One thing is hopefully I have all my sounds and stuff set. I haven't messed with OBS in months either. Alright, actually important today. Here's my brake. So yeah, after all of the searching for rudders, I went with the ones I would have gotten in the first place, which is typical, I suppose. I did change my views. Let me see here. Let's center the flight for us. All right, a little bit right of the screw. Yeah, beautiful Cleveland. Cleveland, I've been there. That's all I have to say. Actually, I didn't think I would like Cleveland. I'm not saying it was great or anything. But the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame was actually not something I would like typically be into, but that was super fun. So the one thing I do need to do on my crosswinds is kind of set up the... I need to angle them a slightly more forward before I mount everything to my desk. Great. Off to Kilo. Check left. Great. But yeah, so at FlightSim weekend, I tried like every rudder and ended up going with these that weren't even there. Alright, Kilo's all the way out. I do feel a little weird with my view. Like I said, lots of, I haven't been in this in a minute, and there's lots of changes afoot. So let's break. What an unprofessional stream. Alright, pilot view. I feel like I need to be left a bit here. Oh, well, saving it would be smart.
Camera is saved.
Let's see how this feels. So the reason my cameras are a little messed up is I was playing the other day with, I did want to try kind of a new monitor setup because I finally got my whole rig here set up for just simming basically. And so I was messing around with doing like a dual screen setup, actually like a 3-screen setup. That was pretty cool. But it did kind of make my views a little strange. So yeah, I'm just sort of trying to get my center. It feels like I'm actually centered. I don't think it's that. That feels better, I think.
Camera is saved.
Oh, shit. Okay. Still on Kilo. Here comes Lima. I think that feels good now. So, bye-bye X-Cam. Okay, we can do some other stuff. Predictive or weather on, predictive wind shear on. Let's just go ahead and get TCAS. Yeah, these rudders are just like, it's incredible how much better they are than the Logitech ones. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised because that's kind of how it goes with flight sim gear, but nevertheless. Nevertheless. It is a dream. So all I have to do is anchor them. That's the only thing right now, so I might be a little weird. They will still tilt on me a bit. But yeah, my views were all wonky the other day with the 2-screen thing, so I was, which is actually really cool. I mean, if I can get decent frames, I will think about dragging a 4K TV in here and seeing how it does. I've done it before in Microsoft. I don't really get the best performance, but such is life. Alright, we're in Cleveland. We'll give our first officer the terrain. Move down. Okay, here we are. Then we will not do a rolling takeoff here because I, like I said, haven't done this in a while. I want to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. So let's stop. Okay. Parking brake is set. Let's do our taxi. Well, I guess I need some lights now. We can go strobe on. Let's go landing lights on, beacon on. Set that to takeoff. Make sure everyone's ready. So, that was all of our taxi stuff before takeoff. Cabin crew is checked. Brake temperature should be fine. Brake fans are off. Engine mode selector is good. Packs are on. Weather radar we got, but you know how it is here. Predictive wind shear is auto. TARA. Nose wheel lights. Takeoff. Landing lights are on. ECAM memo. Takeoff. No blue. Check. Alright, so we're ready to rock. I'm looking forward to flying again. So, let's get rid of the... not that. Okay. Let's get rid of the parking brake. And let's line up and get out of here. Into the wild green yonder. Wild gray yonder. Weather sucks. So, 350 at 5.
Approaching 06 right.
Hello, Ras Lady. So we'll have a spot of wind.
On runway 06 right.
Alright, takeoff. Ready? I'm ready. Alright, let's set thrust 40%. And takeoff. Command flex 66 SRS. Runway auto thrust blue. Push a little. 100 knots. Okay, V1 and rotate gently. Pull back on the flight stick. Alright. Now, positive rate, gear up. That's our mile marker. Alright, so we're about to intercept this heading here. Start that little turn here. Okay. Thrust climb, climb. Yeah. A lot of nothing right now. Keep turning. Back on course here. Level our wings. So we are getting some tailwind pushing us along. Let's go ahead and go flaps up. Let's go ahead and engage autopilot. Okay, Alt Magenta 6000, that is our first constraint. I don't believe we can see anything. So with that said, how are we doing? Plus 12, it's a little wet, it's no doubt going to get colder, so let's go ahead and get our anti-ice on. Alright, cool. Let's do our after takeoff stuff. Get rid of the ground spoilers. Here comes that turn. Speeding up to 250. Okay, everything's looking good. Man, the lighting looks weird up here for some reason. I'm gonna go ahead and kill all of our lights here, and yeah, all good. All right, Alt Constraint Star, we're coming up to that 6,000. All right, anti-ice was a little premature, but that's okay. There's a little bit of Cleveland right there. That's all you get. Air passenger, you can enjoy your little bank, but you're not going to see much. My apologies. So here we are coming up on that care, we're below 6,000, and then heading 232. Bigs. Awesome. Thrust climb, climb. And I think our anti-ice move was correct. Plus 10. Wet up here. It looks like possibly some rain precipitation. Yep, I'd say that's rain precipitation. We are going through hyperspace. All right, not the nicest day for a flight. I was hoping to be watching baseball. Alright, after takeoff checklist, landing gear retracted, engine mode selector, I did set it back to norm, it already was. Spoilers are disarmed and retracted, flaps are up, packs are on, anti-ice as required, all our lights are off. We're doing it. We are doing it, people. So why don't we go ahead and go up to our cruise. Was 380? 380. Alright, cool. Go over here, 380. Oh yeah, I wanted to see something when I was messing around the other day. Okay, so the other day I did get the visible ice on the little probe there, which was cool. It says ice not detected, but you know, I believe technically we're supposed to, if you're below 10 C. Let's see, what did we give you? Progress. go. Cruise. Everything looking good. Alright, awesome. I didn't start the chrono. I need a sign on my computer for that. Alright, I wonder when we'll break out of this stuff. We are in the soup. Baseball game in 20. The Rays are playing great baseball, so yeah, God, missed so much going on vacation. I think it was my first, second time back in the sim. I had a VATSIM flight planned on Tuesday, but now I think I can actually just do it on Pilot Edge now because I've got my little trial. And that is guaranteed coverage, but it is strict, but I think I can do it. But yeah, I just didn't have the coverage I was looking for the flight I wanted to do. The other thing I did test out is we are passing standard, pull, standard set. Get rid of the ILS indications. I think we got one more cloud layer. What was this? I guess, yeah, low vis. Anyway. Here we are coming to LeBron, King of Cleveland. So yeah, I went on vacation. It was awesome. Netherlands, my favorite place. Went to Germany for a little bit. Did flight sim weekend. Came back. Had even kind of some more vacation time that I didn't do much simming just because I was totally unwinding. Alright, we're getting a couple nicer views here. I'm gonna ask someone about this ice not detected because, like, I know it wouldn't be, but anyway. And then yeah, it was baseball season. I mean, I feel like such a turncoat. I was in a foreign country on baseball season, but I did get to watch. I did watch baseball. The MLB app does work. For a little bit, at least. It knows you're there, and it'll, says, okay, we'll let you use the app for a little while. All right, smoke them if you got them, folks. Seatbelts can come off. We are looking good. And, what's... This thing said 380, really? Why did I think this thing can't go much higher than that? Optimum 3.6. Yeah, the max is 390. I might see what happens if... Because let's see, we're at 235, 234. I mean... We can go drone and see how high these clouds look. I'll turn the exterior sounds down since I believe that's what I usually do when I'm streaming. But yeah, Ohio, really beautiful weather. We've been having such terrible weather in the Midwest. All right. So we are flying. I'm not like muted or anything weird like that this whole time. All right, X-plane has audio. I have audio. All right, everything's cool. We are climbing. Don't need an engine anti-ice at the moment, I think, but let's just get to the top, top of climb, and then we'll make our decision. But yeah, so on flight sim weekend was a lot of fun, and besides seeing some friends and acquaintances and making new friends and acquaintances, my goal was to try and test out as many rudders as I could, and I tried the wind wing ones with different, both the Airbus ones and the Boeing ones. I was actually pretty stoked to try, even though I don't think I'd ever spend that much on them. All right, we're at here 270. We're about to go into this slop. All right. Hopefully this isn't too thick a layer. So I tried the wind wing Airbus ones and the Boeing ones. I'd probably, even though these are, pretty comfortable, however you want to say it. I don't know if for the space I have under here, I wasn't sure, and I wanted more multi-purpose, even though these would be fine for any aircraft, I think. But the Boeing ones were going to be sort of what I was thinking about getting if I were to do that. So the wind ones were pretty good, actually. They have the built-in dampener, which is nice. And to tell you the truth, those seemed like the better ones. I did get to try the... also, the Charlie honeycomb Charlies, I think they are, whatever honeycombs version is, and they were actually. So at first, I thought those would be the cool ones, or not cool ones, but a good option, because they have like a whole housing around them with nothing really exposed. The wind wing ones, when you look at them, have just these it's like you see all the mechanics out, and I'm thinking as a person with a dog and this is bad as saying the same sentence, but with someone who has a dog and a wife, for two totally different reasons. One was I don't want it to look like so ugly if someone comes in the office, especially now that I have this thing pretty dedicated. But honestly, now that it's dedicated, it's not as big a deal, because if I'm not going to be working here as much, then I can kind of keep everything in a little better shape. We have no views to enjoy. We'll just look out the blank window. But yeah, so the Charlies, though, were actually massive. Like, the housing on them was completely massive, and so their footprint was quite large. And so, but then the thing was, and I had heard people talk about this before, the rudders had almost like a gritty feeling to them. The wind wing ones did not. I also got to try the Thrustmaster, like those super expensive, those tiny little form factor Thrustmaster ones, which are like the are they like the most expensive? Yeah, they're expensive. They're like $500 or $600, Negative. Spam as usual. So yeah, they kind of the Thrustmaster ones, they have like this really great small form factor, and so it's like, yeah, those would be awesome to have under the desk. but they're very expensive. They actually didn't feel that great to me. They're kind of weird because, I mean, I don't know, if you look at the form factor pictures of them, they kind of have a strange look. And I don't know, they just kind of felt weird. And when I was sitting at it in just a normal desk setup, kind of like what I have, even though I'm kind of more like, I have like a poor man's cockpit setup at this point. Yeah, they didn't really feel that well, and I wasn't going to spend that much anyway. So, really, it was a kind of a non-starter looking at those. I'm gonna put airport on over here. All right, cool. We're getting blue skies ahead. This looks ugly right here. Just in terms of graphics these days, looks like textures haven't loaded in. But no, it's just this shit. So we are getting up over. I need to write down. I don't always know the low bound for when ice just can't happen in the first place. But whatever. Yeah, I think this is. Now that I have to see if people say that's the anti-ice. Oh, game is starting soon. Get a headphone going. Top of climb coming up in about 15 miles. 20 miles. So anyway, yeah, so I didn't really love those Thrustmaster ones. But then I also tried the Moza ones with force feedback. I think I tried both the Windwing ones with with force feedback, and yeah, I definitely tried those because they were on the the PMDG booth was right across from Windwing, and they had that whole the Windwing Boeing 737 force feedback yoke, and it is insane. The thing is gigantic. I mean, I cannot describe, like, the housing on this thing is wild. Even that's too much for me. However, the Moza force feedback yoke is incredible, and I will be dreaming about that until I don't know. I have to start just shoving $1 under or $100 under the mattress every time I feel compelled to like go blow $100 on something else. Or what are we, Mach 0.74? Okay. Because damn, that was awesome. Really changes the whole experience. But force feedback rudder, I don't know. I didn't get anything out of it. I was just wanting something kind of smooth and that had nice feel. And so after all that, trying all the ones there, I was, kind of thinking, all right, the Windwing ones might be what I get, but I ended up just kind of talking to more people, and I know people who have the MFG crosswinds and have had them for a long time. All right, let's go vertical speed. The last little bit here. And yeah, so I did the MFG crosswinds, and they came from Bulgaria in like less than a week. It was really cool. And they are absolutely fantastic. The form factor is really, really nice. They're kind of like very cleanly made, understated, compared to the Windwing ones that I feel like had like, I don't know, maybe it's just my perception of it, but I feel like there's just like circuit boards and wires everywhere. All right, let's go back into. All right, we are. I got the Boeing. All right, alt cruise nav. Wait. And I think now that we are up above. I don't think we need anti-ice. No. Alright. Did anti-ice off. Here we go. And yeah, they easy to assemble. Not that, but I just got the regular. They maybe if they had the Boeing footrests, I would have went with them. But honestly, I like just the kind of standard ones that are like a full footrest. I was thinking about kind of multi-purpose simming and being able to, kind of fly whatever and just comfort. So the only thing I'm going to be doing on these is just like slightly changing the angle before I mount them back to the floor. I've got like these grommet situation that I can mess with. And yeah, they're absolutely fantastic. They're so smooth. They're a joy. They're quiet, totally silent. I hated that about the Logitech ones, just that the creaky, cranky. The Logitech ones have an enormous dead spot. These MFGs are like super sensitive, but you can set the dead zone kind of exactly how you want. So there's really no, you can still have the little bit of play that you need. So I can like rest my feet on them, but it'll pick up like 0.001 deflection. So you can set them extremely tight if you wanted. Let me get a sense of one thing. What time is it? Is it actually? I always forget what the clock is. All right, so the game is going to start soon, and it's telling us 26. So, all right. Maybe we'll do some loops around the trop if the game's not totally over, because all I want to do today is sit back, relax, talk to myself, and watch baseball, and mostly avoid the phone. I guess I should do that once, real quick here, see if anyone cares about me. Oh, funny. Right. Okay, no one cares about me. Beautiful. Love it. Let's hope it stays that way. 2:30, 3:30, 4:30, 5:30. Alright. But yeah, MFG Crosswinds V3s, I think they are now. Really, really nice. Really nice. I'm super happy with them. And now I've got like a whole entire Logitech ecosystem that I am going to give. I think I'm just going to give them to my nephew. Like in my head, it's like, yeah, I could sell like either piece it out and sell it or just sell like the whole bundle cheaply on eBay, like, and really make it worth someone's while. Like the whole setup for only $200 or something like that. But, I don't know. I might just give all my old flight sim stuff to my nephew and see if I can get him into the hobby, because then, that'll be fun. If he comes, I can kind of set up my area here to do like a 2-pilot setup even, and that could be fun. But I don't know. We'll see. It depends how, I don't know. It would be nice for some of this flight sim stuff to pay for itself, but, well, say la vie, I suppose. So, alright, we were climbing, we set standard, landing lights off, seatbelt signs off, anti-ice as required, we're okay. And for now, we're just gonna cruise and watch things to make sure nothing bad happens. But, we got a baseball game starting here. So, if you'll excuse me, I am going to put an earbud in. Alright, Rays at Guardians. I don't think I know. So I'm excited to watch the Rays pitch at least, because Rasmussen is Rasmussen is on the mound. Rasmussen, what the fuck? And he's having a great year for the Rays. Had a little bit of trouble here and there, but which pitcher doesn't? But the Rays starting staff is coming together really well, so they've been fun to watch as of late. Ripped off 6 straight. I'm really liking how the lineup is coming together. I love Chandler Simpson leading off. But yeah, going Chandler, Junior, John Aranda, Yandy, and if Fraley or Valade start hitting, maybe they follow Yandy. But I'm curious to see Fraley today. And I don't know. Said Mullins, we'll see. Richie has had a couple rough games, but made up for it the other day. So we got this guy Gavin Williams on the mound for the Guardian. 6 starts, 4-1, 3.28 ERA. So maybe we can get a few runs off of him because Rass. I mean, what is he's probably got a one something ERA. But he does have a 1.09 whip with some decent strikeout numbers. Although I just saw that he has a lot of walks. So what does this guy got? Alright, well, I'll take someone who walks people. Alright, Chandler takes a strike on the outside, 4-seamer. Hopefully Chandler can keep it on the ground today. But, I mean, beggars can't be choosers. Chandler has been playing great. Another fly ball. Wow. So, Chandler Simpson, the Rays speedster, is a guy who, if he puts it in play, he is going to get on base. As long as he doesn't hit a fly ball. And I think he's hit, like, all fly balls this series. Alright, we're getting past some of this weather. But yeah, Junior came in error. Took one off the chin yesterday. A foul ball off the base into his face. He won't run that up. Oh! Ooh, man, that was closer than I thought. Alright, a little kind of chopper, the third, slow chopper to third. 2 out, 2 quick outs on the Rays. Yeah, I was kind of thinking it would be really cool. You know, this is one of these things where it's like, I'm so... MLB, NFL, they're all just sort of like behind. Now, don't get me wrong, NFL charges like a ton, and they have 1 million fans. I get why they don't want like people, quote unquote, stealing or pirating their stuff. Fair enough, you know, you buy the package. It's the American, you know, lifestyle to watch football. But like baseball, that could use a fan infusion. Ooh, nice pitch. Right inside on Aranda. 96 4-seamer. Quickly 0-2 for Aranda's. Who hit the RBI yesterday. But like, I don't know, man. For like, obviously no one's watching this, but it would be cool if you could just like at least have the game up to some extent, or if we could at least listen to the radio call while we're on the flight. That would really be my dream scenario for what this stream could be. Would be a baseball and flight sim stream where we could watch Rays baseball or other good baseball games while we fly around and do that. Really loading up on my boring hobbies at the same time. So that was a quick 1, 2, 3 for the Guardians there. See how Rass comes out. But yeah, it would be cool to be able to listen to him. Now the only thing I was going to check to see is if we were to go here, and I were to go to MLB.com, and I were to pull up the game day for this game, and I want to watch the So if you haven't seen, well, they just did it. So they have. I kind of like this game day thing. I like this little map that they do down here, but I don't know how to like just see that instead of like they also have these weird like 3D, these like 3D things that are kind of cool. Game day, live summary, progressive. But does that thing get any bigger? See, let's play here. Anyway, yeah, this is this thing that they'll do. Like, you can technically watch the game this way, I suppose. Yeah. Actually, this is not the worst thing I've ever seen. Really, I just want this. So maybe if I make a, because this is actually not terrible right here. But how can I, what's the best way to actually like watch it? I do a little screen cap. Oh, here we go, field. Yeah, alright, here we go. This is what I want. Because maybe this is like a decent legal thing to watch. So let's I don't know how to do this. I guess we add a scene, browser, create new browser. Okay. I've just added a browser source URL. Yeah, this is what's so weird with this. I don't know how to like how to actually like manipulate the browser in OBS that you see there. Interact. Field. Does that look cool? Interacting with browser. Huh, you know what? This is not that bad. Alright, no longer interacting. So how does that look on the stream? What happens if can I just close this now? Alright, well, that's kind of cool. At least we can see, can like half follow along. I don't think this is illegal or anything. The little blooper. So yeah, I do actually like this game day thing. When I listen on the radio, I like to watch with this. Alright, well, there we go. We got the baseball game up. You can at least, like, kind of see. Let me zoom in and see what it looks like. Here, Twitch chat, you come in here. We're doing some testing today. What would it look like for you guys? Yeah, you know what? That's pretty sweet. I'm gonna call that a win. out. All right, sorry for the dead miking. Got the baseball game on. Sweet. I will be right back. I'm going to check on some things. You guys can enjoy this first inning. We do have the ever dangerous Jose Ramirez up. 1 out, man on. Let's watch this. AB Grass got 2 strikes on him. Throw him that front door 2-seamer. Maybe not yet. Too early in the game for it. Oh, got him swinging on the changeup. Productive out still. Okay, I will be right back. And I'm gonna play you guys a little just background. Alright, I will be right back. Check on some things real quick, and then we will enjoy baseball and the rest of our flight. Okay, back. Keep a little giz popping off in the background there. Alright, Yandy Diaz up to the plate, top of the second. So I wonder what's ahead and such. Okay, so our little game day thing is ahead of the app. Although I just jumped ahead, so let's see. Love to see this Fraley guy get going. I don't want to turn into dust. Alright, everything's looking good. Fraley, are you fast enough for that? Ooh, got him. Nice play. It's gonna be another quick couple innings here. But yeah, so flight sim weekend, that was really cool, and it was neat to, as usual, kind of hook up with some of the guys that I've met online, and yeah, what can I say? It was great to hang out and talk, and yeah, and then of course the vacation was fantastic. I got to eat my herring, which is my favorite thing over there. I will say this one thing: Europe. Well, I mean, the herring is notwithstanding, that's its whole other, element that I don't expect anyone to like. But the one thing, I mean, this is kind of I've gone there a lot, so there's little things I like over there. But the takeout food scene in Europe generally is way more on point than it is here. We have like good restaurants in the States, and yeah, you can get like takeout from anywhere, of course, blah blah blah, but all the takeaway joints they're just like, they're inexpensive, they have really good food, you can get all kinds of stuff any day. I mean, granted, I'm staying in like, when you're staying in Amsterdam, even though I was in The Hague for most of it, which it was, in fact, had some of the food places I liked almost even more. But I don't know, there's just so many more like just kind of street food takeaway options for dinner and for eating, and the grocery stores are small and convenient, and you can have kind of a lighter footprint, I suppose, than like the big usual US like buy 2 weeks worth of groceries kind of crap. It's just on your way home, pop into the store, grab the couple things you need, make dinner, or go into the Indonesian takeaway joint and grab some vegetarian staples, or meat stuff, however you like to roll. And yeah, that's, I think, what I would do every day there. I would not have a kitchen. And I'd go to the Indonesian place on the corner every like Sunday and just get like 3 piles of veg. And I'd make my own rice at home, so I just have my rice cooker, and I would eat that every day. Plenty of variety, it's good for you. Brussels sprouts, spinach, all that good stuff. Oh, goddamn Schneeman served a little bloop single in between second base and center field. Does OBS, I see my mouse. One thing I want to check out if OBS has some kind of like laser pointer thing. It probably does. The AI can probably tell me. So, what's happening with us? Anything interesting? Nope. We are just crossing a ugly, cloudy U.S. Midwest. So if you want to see sort of where we're at the moment. Alright, almost. I guess we're in the south now officially. The other Cleveland. Where do we fly over here? Oh yeah. Forgot. That's there. Hey, you could see the beginning of the mountain range. Oh, but I guess we are going to fly over Asheville. That's almost worth an emergency descent. Oh! Alright, foul ball. Almost looked like it was going to fall in. That, I don't think they would have scored their own, but no outs. So I have not been to Asheville, North Carolina. I'd really like to. I know some people who have been and lived there, and it's supposedly a very cool town. I have been to Chattanooga and all throughout the South I've been. When you live in Florida, it takes a long time. There, Kendall. It takes a long time to get out of Florida, so by the time you know, it's like, hey, alright. Anyway, lots of camping in this neck of the woods in my life. Yeah. Double play ball, but Schneeman was on the move. Okay. Nice, easy flight. Enjoy my window seats and the baseball game here. Not many people out there in Cleveland today. I don't blame them. The weather is shit. And it's, you know, the middle of the day. Hard to make it out to a rainy 2:30 p.m. start baseball game. But Cleveland's got a man in scoring position, one out. Here comes the 1-1. Hard hit. Nice play, Richie. Second base, diving stop. Is a productive out, moves Quan to third. But yeah, Richie had a couple shit games. He had 2 errors, I think, in as many games. And the Williamson kid has looked really good at second. So, and his bat is doing well. But Richie's a lefty, I guess. That's why he's in today. Oh, gobbled up Aranda on a hard hit ball to first, but he got there. Brass pitches his way out of it. We are through 2, scoreless. So, the other thing I can talk about today is this is going to be my last Twitch stream, though not the last stream. Mainly it's because like my friends who like have popped in and checked out my channel here and there, and like my, you know, my uncle who like tuned in once. It's like Twitch, is a mystery thing to them. YouTube makes more sense, and I just upload my stuff to YouTube. So, and more people have the YouTube accounts of the people I know who would like tune in just to say what's up. And part of this is, of course, just for me to, you know, if one of my buddies pops in here in the middle of the day, all the better to chat and bullshit a little bit. you know, either a virtual one that I know on the flight sim community or a IRL friend or family member, whatever. As you know, this is like my bored housewife stream, and I'm just enjoying myself. I'm, you know, basically turning this into just my little fun thing to do and to talk a little bit, to get out of the, you know, mundane, banal, daily work life of being alone here as a copy editor. Even though it's not like that, I very much enjoy my time to myself. But I like doing the streaming. It gives me something to do while I'm flying, and enjoying myself. And if I can, so I'm combining my two favorite things today: baseball and flight sim. My third favorite thing, in no particular order, besides my wife, of course, is I do like talking to people. So it would be cool. Oh, Chandler, go baby. Oh no, that was Richie. Richie just pushed a bunt up the first baseline, getting out of the box pretty quick, but if he would have pulled it a little closer to the line, he would have made it. But good to see. Too bad. Good idea. I'll take that. Good at bat, Richie. All right, we're getting through some of this weather. I'm pretty sure the weather's going to be nicer when we get to Tampa. But anyway, yeah, so this, I figured get this Airbus nice round number. Nate flies an Airbus 10 stream out of the way. And then I'm just going to set it up to stream on YouTube. I don't think there's any difference. I don't think my Twitch channel gets anything. And the Twitch channel just deletes all the VODs. For the YouTube, I can just, I have it set to upload, but it's just one less step. It'll just be live and upload, and that's fine with me. So I will just switch over to YouTube after this, which is fine. I do love Twitch still, and I think it was one of the coolest platforms to come out. You know, people knock on the whole idea of it. They don't seem not to get it. Why would you watch video games? But it's like, I mean, hey, it's something you do when you're, you know, as a video game person. How often are you hanging out with your buddy, you know, at their house, watching Nintendo and backseat gaming, and you know, just the enjoyability of it anyway. And it's also fun watching from the screen of someone who now I don't know what I'm doing. Of course, this is just complete bullshit. I'm here, but you know, watching people who are good at certain games, especially like some of the more competitive games, play. Not that I'm like a Counter-Strike Go or, well, I mean, I did watch a little bit of StarCraft 2 back in the day, but yeah, I mean, it's also just certain games are fun to. There's certain games that are more fun to watch than to play, I think. One of my favorite games, DayZ, being one of those. You know, if there's someone who's really good at DayZ, they're both fun to watch because they're good at the game and not just like dying all the time. Same with like Escape from Tarkov. But you know, they get into funny situations, and you know, they're enjoyable human beings to watch and listen to watch stream. So I don't mind. I like Twitch for that kind of stuff. But it's just a good kind of community thing. Either way, though, since this channel was never intended for much viewership, if any, this was just so I could watch something back. And when I started doing recording these, it was mainly because I knew I was just missing so much when I was learning how to fly these things. And watching the streams back was just so helpful to see the ways I was messing up, and what I was forgetting to do, doing incorrectly, etc. And yeah, it's been great, but it was just so boring to watch them back. So I figured, you know, just like no sound on OBS on my tablet. Not that it was that bad. I just kept falling asleep. So I figured, well, let me just like actually stream it. Maybe there'll be someone to come in and talk, and I could enjoy this part. And then the other thing too is trying to force myself to talk out loud. I noticed when I just was like flying by myself, I sit here in silence, and when it was doing two things. One, it was making it harder for me to adjust to VATSIM, because it's like getting used to, not that like you're chatting in VATSIM, but you do need to be talking, and I was not. And so just like having your mouth moving and talking and helped with adding that into the workflow of the flights, but also just to talk about how I was setting things up, what I was reading, what I was doing, because then when I would watch it back, I could see if I was making certain call outs incorrectly, and not just like indications on my primary flight display, but it's stuff like that too. Like if I would look down here and call this my, I don't know, my nav display or something like that. Granted, that's just like a spoonerism type of dyslexia thing. This is the PFD, this is the nav display, whatever. But you know, I'll say certain things wrong, and I can go back and be like, oh wait, that's not called, you know, total outside temperature. It's whatever, you know, it is. And so it's helped me getting just like some of those little things right. Working on my timing, and then reading stuff out kind of keeps you more on the checklist too. All right, Rays are threatening here. Chandler Simpson finally just spanked one into the hole in shortstop. Yeah, so that was good to see. Although you got Chandler Simpson behind Fiducia. Ah, what a good pitch. Sweeper. Top of the ball, cut the bottom of the zone. But Junior, I'd love to see Junior just get us that early run. Nope. All right, good take. 1-1 to Junior, who is such a fun player to watch. He's been adjusting. Just super fun player. The Rays are a kind of fun team to watch as usual. You just can never get attached. Can never get attached to these poor bastards, because that's the Rays way, but they do always put a pretty fun product on the field, so I can't complain too much. And best booth in the league, and I will fight you on that. D-Wayne stats, Brian Anderson, they are an absolute treat. And so I have currently Andy Freed and Brian Anderson in my ear. Andy Freed is a fantastic announcer too. Dwayne probably didn't travel because it was just, they were at the Trop for the last series, come up to Cleveland for this one series, and then heading back. We're cosplaying the flight from Cleveland back to Tampa in a private charter here. Although we are getting some decent, we are flying over the, I mean, I guess this is the foot of the, you know, what do you call it? The Blue Ridge. We used to have property way up in the outside of Atlanta. Oy. All right, Junior struck out. Ugh, amazing, great pitch. So I mean, give it up. So where was it? So it was like, here's Atlanta, and it was up on, we're up in here. I would think the towns would show up this zoomed in on the map, unless I'm way off. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was middle of nowhere where we used to camp and we had property. Yeah, I thought it was like due north of Atlanta. Closer to Chattanooga? Calhoun, that sounds familiar. But not Dalton. Going down memory lane here. Chatsworth, that sounds familiar. Anyway, somewhere up here. Yeah, Blue Ridge, there we go. Blue Ridge, Georgia. Yeah. Yep, Ellis Knob. Okay. Yeah, we had property outside of, yeah, McKaysville. Alright, yeah, this is the place. They're like right on the border. But yeah, I used to spend a lot of time up here. River, lake, etc. Tipton, yep. Good country. Don't have it anymore. The one thing I am looking forward to is my father-in-law lives in Central Florida, and he wants a big piece of property somewhere, and I hope he gets it, because he wants to move, I think, out of Central Florida where he's at, because it's getting very developed in the little, you know, he's lived in the middle of nowhere, now it's the middle of somewhere, so he wants out. But I think he wants to get something up in the kind of Panhandle area, which would be pretty sweet, because then I could come to Florida and not have to go, even though it would probably shitty, it might be hard to fly there. But anyway, it would be nice if that ends up happening, because I would love to go. I mean, I like visiting my in-laws, I'm not going to front, because I get to drive the tractor and shoot guns and all that kind of stuff. So it's a good time. Yeah, so that's where we're heading over now. We're heading into Georgia, Tennessee first, I suppose. One thing I am really pissed off about Flight Sim weekend, that is just something that is my fault. So where are we? Alright, we got a ways to go. Alright, Moby Flight had their little panel that they were selling that I could have put together. Ooh, oh, fucking hell, Taylor Walls. Is that an error? Let me see. Alright. Tough ball for shortstop on the other side of second base. Lets it rip. Mike, they'll probably call that an error. Oy, Jesus. Alright, Rokio just stole second. Bad throw. I don't think he would have got him. Didn't get a good throw. Bad grip. Yeah, whatever. Early in the game. But anyway, I mean, it's so dumb too. Windwing is making the TCAS panel down here for some reason, which is like, I mean, you flip your TAR, you know, you set your TCAS like a couple times above, below. Put in your squawk, what, like maybe, well, once, maybe twice, 3 times or something if you're on a over the pond flight. So this seems like a strange thing to make before the goddamn radio panel. This is all that everyone wants. And it ends up being, so Windwing had, not Windwing, so they're making this. I'm probably just going to sit it out and wait till they make this stupid thing, even though it's more than what I want. But don't get me wrong, it's going to have, having all this stuff on here will be nice. But Moby Flight had just a small box that was a dual encoder with kind of airline-ish knobs, an LED screen with 2 standby and active with, I can't remember if they had a button in the middle or if it was just a press on the radial knob, but they were selling it for like €80, and you could have taken the class. Not that I had time to do the class, but I could have bought the thing. And I had meant to, and then I just got so sidetracked doing other stuff that just totally spaced out on trying to go grab one. Because really, this is all I want to finish out my setup. You know, I don't need there's certain things that are nice. Like, they make this eCam panel now, and they make this whole panel. I mean, they make lots of cool stuff, but, you know, I'm not really, like, that tied to, to Airbus setup anyway. But that's neither here nor there. This is kind of stuff I don't mind manipulating in the sim or having shortcuts for. But, you know, for VATSIM, still, granted, all I'm doing is, like, right-clicking on VATSIM and tuning. I cannot screw with these things. It's just, you know, when you're, like, on departure, and even if I have stuff set, you know, you end up just keeping your eyes off the road for a little bit too long, using the in-game stuff. And I'd love to have just a little panel right on my desk, not in its, you know, I don't need it down here. On my setup, you know, I basically have, I should get some decent pictures of my setup, so you guys can see. But yeah, if I could just have the dual encoder. The thing is, I could buy the dual encoder is like $4 or $5 on Amazon. I can get an Arduino for like a knockoff one for like $20. I have a really old shitty soldering iron, but it would do the job to do an encoder, to do a breadboard. Try and remember how to solder stuff that I haven't soldered anything for like 20 years since middle school. And yeah, I can make a little kind of thing and go to the library and get some sort of 3D thing printed. The knobs, you can get like a nice aluminum dual encoder knobs too on Amazon for like $10. But so then it's like, okay, at the end of the day, you are going to get to spend like decently under $100, have a radio panel. I mean, not decently under, but then I have to deal with the troubleshooting, set up the Mobi flight, which would be easy, so I don't care about that. And it would be a little fun to do, but you know, it's like, I wish I would have just bought the pre-done Mobi flight thing for €80 and put it together. And then what's nice about that panel is it's with their custom board and stuff. Oh God, fuck. Sorry. Such a close play at third. Shit. All right, so, well, if you're watching up on the screen, it was a kind of hard hit to first base. John Aranda fielded it on the infield and decided to go to third with the ball. If he would have just ripped it right away, I mean, it was still a close play at third with, what's his name, Rockio. Yeah, I mean, he hesitated, so Rockio, yeah. Anyway, no outs, but at least the double play is on deck. Grass can get a ground ball if he needs it. Andy Freed. Oh, who I was saying, I actually love when he stands in for Dwayne. I mean, it's great when the backup guy is great too. He's got a really good approach to calling the game. He's kind of like that encyclopedic knowledge of baseball, knows everything, but he's really good at prompting. I mean, he just gives BA these excellent layups for talking about why would you pitch here, why a slider down, why a slider up, what's a two-seamer with run, what's this or that. Ooh, this is going to be close play. Come on, Chandler, rip it. He won't get him. All right. Cleveland with the Manzardo, former Ray, briefly. He gets his sack fly RBI of the series. enjoying daytime beer. Yeah, we got a lot of tail on it. Wait. Nice. Grass is gassing up. 97. Four-seamer location right above the zone. Can't not swing at it, and you're probably not going to hit it. Slipped on the cutter. Good 1-1. This Schneeman fella is having a good stretch of games, I guess. I mean, if Rask gets out of here only giving up one, I mean, it's a bottom third. We'll be through 3. Rays really need to be. They haven't scored many runs. Winning 1-0 yesterday, and then the game before was such a gutsy win. But let's see if they can go 7 straight. They lose on getaway day, get back to the trop, kick some ass. Alright, I think get rid of terrain over here. Oh shit. Ball got away from Fiducia. Loads 2 guys in scoring position now. Heel of the glove. I still like Fiducia, I don't know, I guess he is just more squarely backup at this point. Yeah, I mean, if the Rays get out of this with just giving up 1, I'll take this inning all day. It's been pretty ugly, but base hit here is a real gut punch. Yeah, got him on the cutter. Rasmussen, dude is good. So one bummer, that was my only bummer about Flight Sim weekend, was not getting the that little Moby flight panel. Would have probably done the trick for me, and then I'd be pretty set for VATSIM all out in the world. Airports. We're not going back to Clevey land. It's our updated weather in Tampa. Alright, we got some weather. What are we landing? 1-9? Yeah, so we'll have a little bit of a headwind, not really much of a crosswind. It's hot. As expected. We're still a bit a ways from our top of descent. Excuse me. Top of descent, 1940. What time? Can never find a clock in here. Alright, got 30 minutes. Or no, yeah. I mean, yeah. And Corey is the top of descent. No way this game's gonna be done by the time we land. But this looks like a pretty standard. I've done this approach before. I think 230 at 6 is all we really care about. 230, 6,000, and maybe we'll do a big joyride around. We'll take some delay vectors around Tampa while the game is still going. But in Tampa, otherwise, we will just take the ILS and 19. left. Yeah. And so 19 left, and we will exit. What's that? Cargo? 19 left. Exit to the right. Probably Juliet. Although, I wonder if IRL. Alright, let's see, the ATIS, yada yada yada, departing, 19 right and left, arrival 19 left, 19 right. I'll probably end up changing over to 19 right for quicker taxi. Although I'll stick to 19 left. Why not? Yeah, we're gonna be coming around that side anyway. I'll do a big loop over Tampa Bay and St. Pete. Let me see something. Yeah, so we're still above next landing weight. Okay, that is flight plan. Let's see what's going on here. Looking good. Oh, you know what? I need to do maintenance on this aircraft. Because... Alright, Rays, base it. There you go. Fraley. Nice. The bottom of our order, but... Hey, you never know. Yeah, because I've been noticing... It must save this aircraft, but my... hydraulic level is low, so I'll have to do some maintenance. Yeah, Cedric Mullins. I mean, he was kind of a weird pickup for the Rays, in my opinion. Oh shit, he got him. God damn it. Oy. Fraley got picked off at first by a mile. Pretty good move, but I mean, fuck, man. Yeah. Oh well. Ooh, that's cool looking. See, I do think X-plane exterior atmosphere, I really like. Man, it's so cloudy out. So on the Rays broadcast, they're at Brian Anderson's house. That is hilarious. The Brian Anderson, he's like a born and raised Ohio guy. He almost won the World Series with them, but he did win a World Series. His parents, Jim and Jane Anderson. Alright, I do want to listen to this. Excuse me. Yeah, so BA did win a World Series with the Diamondbacks. So they're talking about BA's old, the side of the garage was his practice. He used to throw pitches at the side of the garage. I like to say I met BA once driving home from a Rays game. I see this like pretty sweet truck roll up next to us, stuck in traffic on what is it, 275 or whatever, and I look over and I see BA with his windows down, and so I roll down my window and I'm like, BA. He gave me a peace sign, not half a peace sign, full peace sign. And then traffic broke up and we went along. So I like to say I met Brian Anderson on the road. But yeah, BA is great. I mean, he has great pitching and analysis. I mean, I've of course now I can't go without a good pitching analyst when I'm watching a game. Because it's great he's really good at explaining sequencing and pitch shapes, and he's just really, knowledgeable about the game, passionate about the game, very passionate. The guy is, he's ramped up. Usually, he's more intense than I'm usually about, but if the Rays are good or bad, I'll be watching every day because I love listening to Dwayne and BA. So I've been working on these Little Kings cream ale. I'm almost out. Grass got out of that quick. Anyway, you can see that's the Little Kings cream ale there. They're small guys. 6%, 7 ounces. They're a very nice little beer. And I think they're made in Cincinnati. At least who knows now, but kind of a neat little Midwestern beer that I learned about when I moved up here. And for me, they're great because in my old age, I can beer hurt my tummy. All right, we're at top of descent. And still. All right, about 100 miles. What else is cool at FlightSim weekend? Ugh. Oh, I did get to try out that insane Boeing, like the full size, full weight Boeing 737 pedestal throttle. Thing is ridiculous. I mean, it's awesome, don't get me wrong, like money no option, I'm buying that thing like in 2 seconds because it's so cool. But it's complete overkill. The one thing I think though I wouldn't buy in 2 seconds is that that wind wing, whatever the hell they call it, the Boeing throttle is just so humongous. Yeah, it's ridiculous. So I don't know about it's great to have that handle, but yeah, it's ridiculous. On the other hand, just need like streaming mode on this. You have a United States store, yes. Now, on the other hand, I wish. So I was hoping to God that I would hate this. Actually, is it cheaper than I thought? I thought it was like 1,000 or 1,200 or something. All right, man. Oops. The Moza flight stick is so fucking cool. God damn. I want this thing. This is I mean, look, you see the problem. You know, whatever. It's 1,000, but you're gonna plunk down $1,000. And but man, it was very cool. I did get to mess around with it for a while in multiple aircraft, and it's great. That's all I can say. It feels really cool. You can, getting that sensation of the aircraft in trim adds such a cool dimension to things. And the other thing is the actual table plant for yoke. The actual so it is big. These are all going to be pretty big. The flight stick or yoke is really, really nice. It's got, you can do your trimming, but you've got 2 analog sticks, 2 hat switches, multiple buttons. There's, I think, at least 2 triggers. Think that was a floppy. Was that a floppy panel or maybe just the thing that hooks it up? I don't know. But on this too, you've got programmable buttons if you wanted to use them for autopilot or whatever. But then even on the housing itself, you get, you've got 6 switches that you can program, 4 buttons. You've got auto brake, or whatever the hell you want this knob for, flap up and down, gear up and down. It's just, it's got all the like little features that make it really good, and the fact that it's just great. It feels so cool to have that feedback. Here you go. Moza, I will happily sponsor you. For all the the 2 people I know who have ever tuned into the stream before, I will advertise it to them. At least one of them is a flight simmer. But yeah, so first of all, it just feels so smooth and nice. Even if you don't have the force feedback part on, but when you're flying the aircraft and you need to get into trim, you can get into trim. I mean, you can feel it. You don't have to futz around. And it is so cool. And I would absolutely love to get one of these things. But man, that is a tough pill to swallow. That is a lot. But so cool, so good. On the other hand, I did also try out the Moza. I guess it's this. Maybe 6 flights. It must not be that thing. What did I try? Oh yeah, I tried this too. They had the Moza. What did they have it set up on? It must have just been on this thing. Yeah, which was kind of weird, the sizing. Anyway, yeah, because they had like a 737 set up, so it was cool. Oh, Jesus Christ! Sorry, baseball, another near error. I did try the force feedback flight stick, and you know what? This is like the kind of thing it didn't totally like win me over, because I don't know, with the Airbus, I feel like obviously like this is sweet because you can customize it and there are like cool profiles so that it functions more like an Airbus stick. Um, this thing is very big and heavy apparently too. I mean, I didn't pick it up, but I saw it. It's massive, and people who I know have it say as much. But you know, the thing is, I fly all the Boeings. That's like my favorite thing to fly. That's what I'll be going back to. So this is the last kind of Airbus stream. If I'm doing more Airbus, it's probably going to be off stream, doing some shared flight stuff. But, or just whenever I want to fly an Airbus for fun, I'll do that. But this would just be so much fun I think this really would level up the whole kind of Boeing experience. And so that's the one thing leaning me toward wanting to sell stuff, because oops, Rays just gave up probably a long single. Stand up double. Oh, Rokio, yeah, he's fast. And Quan, yeah. Tough. Razor giving up base runners today. I mean, look, they've won 6 straight. Like I said, I'm not gonna shit on them or anything. Where are we? All right, about to cross into Florida. That was funny. The ominous. Yeah, Rays got. There's 2 men in scoring position. No outs. Bottom of the 5th. Cleveland's up 1-0. Base hit really hurts here. Here's this Chase DeLauder. I guess it's a rookie. He'll chase something. Throw 4-seamers up. Alright. Things are happening here. We are 40 miles from top of descent, which that's usually when I would be thinking about planning stuff. So we will watch and see whether the Rays give up this run, or 2 runs, or if they can sneak out of this inning. But in the meantime, let's think about our approach. So what are we going to do? We are just coming up to Corey as our top of descent. We will need to... Sorry, I just wanted to see something. I wonder... Alright, so from Dades on track 225 to Lizard, then on track 268 to cross JK Ball at 6,000 feet, and 230, then on track to radar vectors to final. So we will self-vector. A little cheap base hit right up the middle. That'll score 2. Alright, 3-0. No outs, man on first. Alright, Rays. I'm glad. That's why I came to Tampa early. Get everything set up for you. Alright, so we're just descending. We'll have plenty of time to descend. 6,000. MSA here is 2.9. About 3,000. So we'll stay at 6,000. And we'll just go heading and speed and fly around Tampa for a little bit. Loop our way back around. But when the time comes for the approach, we'll get down to Bucks. Let's go ahead and make sure. Yep, destination data. I'm getting there. So let's see what we got going on. Let's go to our perf. Next phase. All right, let's refresh our Tampa weather. Current QNH 29.99er. Temperature is a balmy 30 degrees. The weather is 210 at 6. And minimums are 226. and we will do full landing. So there's our approach phase. All we'll keep in mind is for bucks. Let's go. Let's see. What's my VOR situation? I mean, RAS is still pitching a good game. So let's look at our RadNav here, TE and ZC. I don't know what these are. I do want that St. Petersburg, so I'm going to go ahead and punch that in. 116.4. I'll stick you on frequency 2. I've got ITPA here, 110.30, 187. Courses 188. Sure. Okay. That works. Okay, so RadNav is set. Look at our flight plan. Let's review our missed approach. 600 left, 4,000, 168 outbound on a radial 138. Okay. And as I recall, that's all. Let's go plan mode here, and I will zoom in a little. Let's just step through one last time. Capture Addison, Oline, Marv, RV, Oak, Coco, Aids, Manual. Alright, Bucks. Yep. And I see pi on there. Okay. One thing I will do is let's go ahead and go to our flight plan again. Back to ARC. Coming up to top of descent, so let's go ahead, and I'm just going to go down to 6,000. So there I am, 6,000, and let's start our descent. Push. Here we go. Down we go. All right. So descent. We did our. So we did do our. Approach phase is all plugged in there. Let's do a landing calculation. Eamon is up. Alright, landing performance 210 at 6, 30, 229. Yep, 19 left. It is dry there. Our current weight is 134.2. What is the fucking max landing weight? I might have to burn some. Oh, 137. Okay. I thought this would. Doesn't this dynamic? Okay. Landing config full, aircon on. We'll go with the heavy landing weight. Compute. Plenty of room. So let's go with auto brake low. We can contact Tampa approach 18. See, this is why I hate this thing. I'd be like, and crash. Hello. And I really should be kind of keeping my VATSIM stuff because I am going to be flying more. So I'd say something like, oops, I wouldn't do that. I would say, it's approach. What on here too? On here. Okay. I have the ATIS. Okay. Ooh. Got too much baseball going on. Too much. All right. Tampa. approach. I don't even know what we're called. What are we in? American? American 1811 descending flight level 320 on the Dade to Arnav. And they tell us something. Okay, Sunday. Via Sid. 1811. I guess they'll have to be 1812 unless the Rays get something going, but it is only at the bottom of the fifth. They can stop the bleeding this inning. Okay. A wee bit of wind to the face. So, you know, we're landing 187, 210, so we'll just be getting a little bit of wind. And it's very low, 5-6 knots. So should be no factor. And then let's try and escape on Juliet or Charlie. Although, you know what? Well, we'll see. Again, my brakes are not, I don't have my MFG crosswinds totally configured just right, so, I mean, we'll see. We'll try if we can, but, to get off at a reasonable place, but I'm not prioritizing that. Alright, no clouds. What's the weather? It's getting warm. We are on path, mostly on speed. Go ahead and turn seatbelts on. No more smoking. In the cabin to tell everyone to get their shit in gear. Excuse that. Technically, we can do TCAS. Whoops, TCAS below, even though we are by ourselves. It'll be flaps full. Alright. Final descent, all blue. 6,000 is the only thing that matters. We have tons of fuel. Literally, I think. Where's our fuel? Yep. I just given extra fuel because I thought about doing a holding pattern. I should find the, I should make a waypoint for the trop latitude, longitude, so I can do a hold over the trop. Well, I wonder if on that, where is the trop relative to farther down? Anyway, we will see her. Alright, looking nice in Florida. Hot. Some scattered clouds. I have really enjoyed flying the Airbuses, so, and I feel pretty comfortable in them. There's still like some little things I need to like, I'm not still like totally great, like if we go over here real quick, like, to get like my speed just right and things like that, I need to reread the manual on how to program these pages. I really should be doing my secondary flight planning, or what else? And then I guess I do need to think about the ATC in here, although I have flown this thing. So, correct flight plan. I think that's the main thing. I currently have my turbulence setting, or whatever, head bobbing, turned up a bit to 100, just because I was curious. But I don't think we're going to be getting much in the way of that. Kala. So let's see. My extended family lives in this neck of the woods. Getting massively developed. I guess we're right over Ocala right now. So Ocala. I believe I have... Which lake is this? Is this... Butler or something? Lake Weir. Griffin. Oh, Eustis. So these are the lakes I've done. Lake Dora, Eustis, Harris. This is kind of fun. You can do... It's decent fishing. And kind of pretty. Some of the... You can kind of shoot on these canals. Yeah, the villages. That place is the menace. Alright, we're coming up to standard, so I'm going to go ahead and push and set to 9er. Alright, it is set. Let's go ahead and turn on some lights. Okay, so actually, for you, I can do the VOR so that I can point us toward it when I'm ready. I'm not sure which one Oscar Charlie Foxtrot is. Back this way, I suppose.
Altimeter setting.
Yes. I don't know why you say that always. Just, is that the generic reminder? Yeah, this Gavin Williams guy is pitching a gem today. I'm not going to front. You know, take your hats off to the pitcher. He's putting it in great spots. Alright, so 62 DME till we are flying over St. Pete in a bit. I haven't done it in a while. Let me do a little holdover pie. I mean, we can still do that manual leg, I guess. We'll do it on the fly. See if I can work my way through it. I remember how to do it. I have to I don't have to do that. We just go ahead and fly around for fun. Okay, we are descending. A little bumpy. Got that tailwind, no big deal. Man, this guy is pitching out of his fucking mind. Well, I mean, hey, look, we shut them out yesterday. They're gonna shut us out today, it looks like. Although, either, you know, the Rays have a way. I'm not gonna count us out yet, but they have been winning a lot. Hard to keep up. Pie. Alright, descending. All good. And all we care about is 230, but I'll probably just go down to green dot by the time once we get there. Fly us around a little bit. Take a gander. A gander at Gander. Gandy. Gander at Gandy. That's one of the roads. Okay, seatbelt landing lights are on. I did set that. I don't need anything else yet. Okay. What, is this 75? This 2? I've been down here in so long. Yeah, 275, 70. Anyway. Alright, so our plan, I think somewhere we're about to take that. Well, I guess it's Dade City. We're gonna come out over. We'll fly along the coast. Do one loop around St. Pete. We've got our VOR as a frame of reference. We are very heavy. They gave us a lot of fuel. Where are you? Oop. Alright, get my engine page. Give you the approach phase. Alright, here comes that turn. We've got 5. Where's our? So we got alright, 10 miles. We need to lose 2,000 or 6. So we're good. Plenty of time for decel. Rays look like they got some bullpen guy in. I don't know. This must be his first start with the Rays, or not start, his first game with the Rays. Kind of like a little sidearm. Alright, let's concentrate a little bit here. Alright, Lizard. What are you dancing around for? So you can see off to our left is the airport. Probably see it from here. Also, here's where the highway comes in. Here's Dale Mabry. Yep, there's St. Pete Airport. It's gonna be so gentle. Right over here somewhere. I think that's it. Alright. AK ball. We're getting there. A full speed, go down to 230. Full heading. Alright, speed, alt, heading. 230. We will fly out to the water. So just to give you an idea, we're kind of just kicking out. We'll fly down the coast. What did we say the MSA was like? 3,000. Oops. 3,000. I mean, we are in Florida. Not too much to hit. There is Pi. I could just turn inbound there. It's this way. So what's the DME? I can line this up with the VOR. Yeah, I changed my mind. Basically, I'm just following the VOR needle. That'll get us to St. Pete. We have a little bit of tailwind, so keep us around there. 22 nautical miles to the VOR. Bottom 6, maybe we'll land by the 7th inning stretch. Slightly adjust heading. Well, I guess, let me see something. If I go track. That looks good. So we're just tracking to that station. I do like this American livery. Palm Harbor. I've really not spent much time in this part of Tampa. Oh, I mean, I lived in this part. So, but yeah, I don't know. I never kind of made it up here. Newport Richey and all this stuff. Mainly, I always went south. We'll fly over the bay. I should fly into St. Pete Airport at some point. That's where we're flying toward. Here's Tampa International. Ray J looks crappy, but is right over here somewhere. I can never find it on the map because it looks weird. There. As I always say, Grand Hyatt, great view. Go eat at Oyster Catchers. Really cool South Tampa MacDill Air Force Base. I guess don't fly over there. And then we will see the, let's see. So the Rays on their City Connects have this bridge logo on there, and the trop is basically here-ish, where the highway kind of dead ends. Yeah, I mean, the Rays could put together just one, you know, they still got time here. This, Jesus, guy is pitching great. How many pitches did he? Oh, he's not even 70 pitches, top of the seventh. So, I mean, if they can get to him. But this guy is pitching a great game, so no hate there. Yeah, we're just heading here. Drop is right over around here. Once we fly over the VOR, we'll just be winging it. We could do a little pass over Fort DeSoto. So yeah, there's St. Pete International. Alright, go back into heading. Park. Go back to nav here. A little, keep the airport kind of around. Oh, what do you know? Yondy, opposite field single. It's almost like he is an expert at that. Drop. Where are you? Ooh. There is Tropicana Field. The newly rebuilt Trop. So now I will kind of kick us out west. Well, it's going to slow us down to green dot. Here, enjoy Tampa. Quick sights. Or Tampa, St. Pete. Alright, turn back south. Taylor made. Oh, you asshole. Error. Error. Big error. Go, Yandy. Go. Yikes. Well. Jeez. Why would you? That's losing baseball right there, my friends. Bazana, this rookie, his first game is yesterday for the Cleveland. Picks up a tailor-made double play ball and just like whiffs it past second base. And then Yandy was able to just keep going all the way around. He scored. Are they going to pull him after this? No. I don't know why the browser thing's all whacked out. There it goes. Yeah. Man in scoring position. Anyway, here's Fort DeSoto. This is where, this is great beaches all throughout here. But Fort DeSoto is kind of the more, like, I guess it's a state park? So this bridge here, you don't really get a good, I don't know, it's not modeled as that great. But that is where the Rays City Connects have that. Alright, let's turn. We'll start making our way back around to the airport and land. I mean, if the Rays can make it one run game going into the 8th. Come on, Richie. 0 for 6 this series. You know, he comes up with hits every so often. Ugh. What a good pitch. This guy. Ridiculous. I'm gonna say, we're missing the peak on the bridge. You know, like the suspension. Here's a drop. Keep saying that. Alright, Tampa, where are you? Alright, you can basically fly like 030 setting. I'm gonna creep us back around. Yeah, that looks good. Richie. Well, one unearned run. It's the 7th inning stretch. I can't get up. I do need a beer. All right, let's land. Let's land this aircraft. Come on here. Yeah, so I'm just sort of gonna skirt McDill. So I want, what, 3,000 head bucks? So let's go. What's the radial? 07. Let's go direct. Bucks. Radial in 007. Yep. Alright. So yeah, I wanted to draw just that extended center line there. So let's go ahead and insert direct tube. I'm going to pull heading because I want to stay in heading. Alright, let's go down to 3,000. Cool. Let's just go open descent. Excuse me. Thrust idle, open descent. Next time I'm down in this neck of the woods, besides trying to go to a Rays game, of course, I like to go back to the Dali Museum. I bet it's... I at least got to go to the new one before it closed. We're about to... We're flying over some kind of restricted airspace. Yes, I know there's no nav intercept. I'm gonna have to land this thing. Haven't done that in a minute. Pitch clock violation. There's McDill. Oof. Ramirez. Lead off stand up double. You're downtown Tampa. Are they, you know, I'm not a hockey guy anymore, but where is, I don't even know what they call that arena anymore, but it's this. That's a convention center, that's the arena, something like that. Alright, coming up, speed, alt star, heading. Okay, leveling off. And yeah, we'll just fly the downwind and join the ILS. There's where we're going to be headed. Oh, why don't we this downwind turn? There's a little airfield in on Davis Island. Do some VFR out of there. A little bit of wind. Yeah, here we go. We'll just keep flying out. We'll go flaps 1 once we're kind of a beam bucks. Flaps 2 on the turn. Gear down. Bucks is what, like 15? Yeah, so that's fine. Okay, good. So let's see, am I going to get a call, a text, someone calling now that I'm landing? I've been doing a lot of bullshit here. The weather has probably changed. 995. Go back over to here. It's easier to do on my own. Alright, per phase 2995 is UNH. Weather still hot, 260, 10. Or, yeah, 260. Where are we? Alright. Good, we're good. Alright. All good. Up. Alright, I'm gonna activate approach phase. And let's go flaps 1. Reduce speed. Wind pushing us a little bit. Be my old house. Ooh, weird weather artifact there. Or I just had a stroke. We'll go, maybe a mile or so, or a couple miles past Bucks for our turn. I mean, really, if I just, once I'm a beam Bucks, I'll make this thing. I have a plan. Execute the plan. Alright, let's go ahead and turn. Base. So, flaps 2. Start snowing down. some more. All right, we are about 3 miles from Buck. All right, I am going to go ahead and just approach. Turn toward Buck. On the speed brake. Go manage speed. Approach. Flaps full. Flight slope lock. Okay, lock star. And the glide slope should pick up momentarily. Alright, gear down. Gear probably should have been down earlier. Okay, cabin crew is advised, EFIS, we're all good. Landing gear is down, spoilers are armed, flaps full, auto brake as required. Engine selector, lights are all on, go around is, pretty sure it was 4,000? 1,000? And on our way down. See, I told you, I'm blowing up like crazy all right now. Questions? Let the AI answer.
2,000.
Okay, we did our checklist, before landing checklist. So let's concentrate here. All right, give me power. A little low. Get up to about, yeah, 60 too much. 58, 9, somewhere in there. A little fast.
2,000.
Yep. Oh, I never dinged. Alright, so some wind from the front right. Nothing too concerning here. Top of the 8th, Taylor Walls. I'd like to see you get a hit, pal. Okay, so about 700 feet per minute. Alright, autopilot off.
1,000.
Flight director off. Bird on. Maintain. That's 1,700 feet per minute. A little bit offset. Speed.
Approaching 19 left.
Speed. Too much speed. Came off the
500.
localizer, but looking alright. A little high, but like
400.
good landing, maybe.
300.
Looks
100
like
above.
too light, too red. Keep the
200.
landing zone in mind. I'm a little off center. Still correct, but I think we're alright.
Minimum.
Continue.
100.
Marker.
50. 40. 30. 20.
Retard.
Retard. 10. Retard. 5.
Alright, go. Reverser. Alright. Reverser's in. Let's go manual braking. And we will take the roll down to the end. Alright, disarm the spoiler.
1,000 feet
Flaps come
remaining.
up. Exit. Down. No, I'm going shit. I think I'm going right. Yeah, Charlie. Nice landing. I mean, good enough for me. Lights come off, strobe off. Whoop, whoop, whoop. APU. Start. Off. You're on taxi. Alright, good, good. We'll look at that in a minute. Alright, sick. Alright. Weather off, predicted wind shear off, gas can come off. Just stand by. Brain is off. I don't need this stuff anymore. I never turn that flight director off. I'm curious about that. If it actually matters. Alright, where are we going? Alright, good. I did go the right way. We'll just park, you know, air side A here. Alright, coming up. This, we want our strobe back on.
Approaching 10.
Lights. Left. And let's just go Charlie Golf 2 and park. Off, off, off. Green. I think that's on the tram line. Okay, Golf 2. What I want. And as usual, we will take Princess Parking right here. Go ahead and X off. Let's think about actually parking here. Oh, taxiing so much nicer with these things. Not that I'm gonna get this perfect, but so much nicer. it is. Alright. Throttle's idle. Parking brake is on. Safe. Rays are in business here. Alright. APU bleed can come on. Let's go beacon off. Engine shut down. Engine 1 off. Engine 2 off. Seatbelt off. Smoke them if you got them. Although I think I'm supposed to keep the beacon on. While the APU is on. Remember. Alright. Fuel pumps come off. Give me mech. Alright. Does that mean I already have chocks? Give me external power. Always hot. Brake fans. Alright, Rays are in business here. Johnny Aranda, the RBI machine, is 2-2. 2 men in scoring position, 2 outs, top of the 8th. He can bang in 2 runs here. Shit. Struck out. Alright. We did it. Alright, close that. What else do I do in here? You can open the door. Let's go external power. Get rid of the APU. Oh, I don't. Shit. I don't think it matters. Nav light can come off. And, yeah. Pretty sure that's a secure enough cabin. Alright, sick. Good flight. After landing, brake fans, yep, they're on. Exterior lights are all off. Runway turn off lights, spoilers are disarmed and retracted. Flaps are up. Selector mode norm, TCAS is a standby, weather radar off, predicted wind shear off, terrain off. APU start, wing anti-ice is off, engine anti-ice fired, APU lead on, blah blah blah, but we already passed that. Lights are all off, parking brake, engine masters, well, not shutting down all the way. Fuel pumps off, beacon lights off, seatbelt off, transponder off, anti-ice off, exterior lights required as required, external power on, APU is off. Alright. Boom. Welcome to Tampa. Something, yeah, in the game, I thought I saw John Aranda challenge. Ah, the challenge system is down. What horseshit. Oh, man. I'm gonna have to, I don't think it made a huge difference, but damn, that sucks. In any case, here's Tampa. I think we got here early, so we don't have to dwell on the potential loss coming up here. Yeah, here's Tampa Bay. We should do a replay, I think. I got a little shitty at one point, but not bad. Yeah. We can give us a little more exterior for the landing. Oh, whatever. All of our stuff in here is jinked. The wind had a little more something to it than I thought. Oh, it's like, is my drone just like over here somewhere? Oh, I'm probably right above myself. Yeah. That's kind of funny. Anyway. Let's see. Yeah, so I was a little crabbier than I thought. Oops. And I had tried to... Oh, hold on, let me... The flight director off. Alright, well, it'll go away in a sec. I think once I actually turn it off in the game, it'll deselect. I was having a little trouble keeping my speed. There was that, like... So, I mean, I guess... Yeah, see, I started... And then I kind of flattened out at the wrong time, too. But yeah, I was having trouble keeping my speed. Couldn't get the throttles, kind of. I mean, not that I was going 5 knots, you know, so that's fine. But right around here, I got a little shitty. Alright, there we go. I think the Rays just picked off Rokio. Yeah, somewhere around here I kind of... I probably straightened out a little early or something, and yeah, I was waiting for the wind to kind of do something. And it was, and then it wasn't, and then I overcompensated. That happens a lot. I overcompensated. Just barely legal. Yeah, I mean, he was safe. Woo! Frames. Computer's barking at me a little. All right. Hey.
On runway 19
Yeah.
left 2000.
Grass lady barking at me. Anyway, that was fun. I will watch the very end of the Rays game. And I have humans coming over here momentarily. So this is a good time as any to get out of here. But that was, as usual, very good time. And yeah, I'm gonna stream again sometime. This will be the last Airbus one because I'm dying to fly the. I loaded it up. I feel like it'll be nice, and but the FlightFactor 777, I want to mess around with that fly-by-wire system and just kind of see how it feels. I've been kind of watching a lot of the streamers who used it recently, and I want to get a feel for it. So. Yeah, we're gonna have a big boy 777 next flight, and I'll mess around with that for a bit, and then we'll see what happens. Go from there. So, otherwise, this was fun, and I will see you later on YouTube. Sorry, Twitch people. But yeah. So, have a good one, and I will see you later. Enjoy some King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
Sometimes I think I wasn't cut out for this world. Sometimes I just feel like just a scumbag to everyone. I probably would have been better off, do my own thing.
You're not a scumbag, man.
I do like eating the scraps.
You like chicken.
I do like chicken. This one's about them chickens in the sky.
banquet, puddles of my wine, a revel in the present, each moment a lifetime. Well, I need only flap my wings, and I'm where I wanna be. This cruel city that I love, my quantum kingdom, desert planet Earth, looking from its perch, rats in the sky, eat my survive.
Rays lost. It's okay. We'll get back at them. All right, everybody. Thank you. See you later. Nobody.